charged to cover to reach the terrified woman when the Hawken cracked. In a whirl of limbs, the brute went down, rolling completely over and smacking into the transfixed pilgrim. She flew to one side, landing on her back. The black bear was upright in the blink of an eye, snarling as it shook its head from side to side. A heartbeat after squeezing the trigger, Nate was already grabbing for another weapon. His right hand streaked to one of the two smoothbore single-shot .55 caliber flintlock pistols wedged under his wide brown leather belt, and as the stallion came abreast of the bear, he leaned down, lowered the barrel to within an inch of the bear's brow, and fired. The black bear's head snapped to one side as if kicked by a Missouri mule. Then the bear blinked, tried to lift a paw, and sagged, its front legs buckling first. Snorting and spitting blood, it went prone. Nate turned the stallion in a tight loop and leaped down before the horse came to a stop. Transferring the spent flintlock to the same hand that held the Hawken, he drew his other pistol, dashed up to the wheezing bear, which was struggling to rise, and dispatched it with a ball between the eyes. For a full 10 seconds he stood still, inhaling the acrid gun smoke, watching blood flow from the bear's wounds. "Well done, King. I don't understand why my shot didn't do the trick." The light-hearted words aroused Nate's anger. He spun, his features hardening, and strode up to Harry Neesmith. "Damn your hide," he snapped, jabbing the flintlock into Neesmith's chest. The startled Ohioan stumbled backwards. "You had no call to go and shoot. We could have driven the critter off." "Why are you so mad?" Neesmith responded indignantly. "We couldn't let that beast get into our victuals." "Yes, King," interjected a deep voice to their right. "Why are you so upset?" Nate shifted to face the leader of the group, Simon Banner. A tall, powerful blockhouse of a man who wore homespun clothes and a white hat. Banner constantly exuded a certain arrogance that rankled Nate no end. "Out here, Mr. Banner," he answered slowly, keeping his tone calm and level with a supreme effort. "We don't kill anything unless we absolutely have to. We don't ever waste game." He nodded at the dead black bear. "There was no need to kill it." Banner scratched his bearded chin, then shrugged. "I still don't see what the fuss is all about. It's just a bear. We kill them all the time back east." "Which is why there are fewer and fewer bears every year," Nate stated flatly. "You're not east of the Mississippi any longer, and it's time you owned up to that fact." He encompassed the prairie with a sweep of his arm. "Out here, we do things differently. You might say we do as the Indians do. And Indians never kill animals unless they need those animals for food or their lives are in peril." Banner made a sniffing sound. "We've only been together for a week, yet I can tell you admire the savages more than they rightly deserve. They are heathens, after all." It took all the self-control Nate could muster not to smash Banner on the mouth. "Need I remind you that my wife is a Shoshone?" he asked gruffly. "She is," Banner replied in genuine surprise. "My word, King, I wasn't told." For a moment, Nate was inclined to doubt the assertion until he reminded himself that the man who had arranged for him to serve as guide for this bunch, Isaac Frabe, was a tight-lipped old cuss who never indulged in idle gossip. "Well, now you have been," he said. "So I'll thank you not to speak ill of the Indians again in my presence, or I'll be obliged to show you better manners." He sighed, his temper subsiding, aware that many Easterners shared Banner's prejudice through no fault of their own. When the government itself regarded Indians as little better than animals, it was only natural for those who believed in their government to feel the same way. Very few knew the truth. Very few had experienced what he had experienced. "Not all Indians are as bad as they're painted to be," he commented.